Hey there, Smodcast supporters and listeners. It's your old pal, Fat Kev Smith. Guess what, man? It's that season. We're done making movies. We've made some movies back to back, so now we're hitting the road with some shows. That's right, man. A Smodco show is heading your way, and I'm here to give you some dates for that before we dive into this week's new episode of whatever podcast you're about to listen to of the 96 that I record daily. February 20th, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Vancouver at the Rio. February 21st, Kevin Smith, An Evening with Kevin Smith, that'd be me, in Seattle at the Neptune. February 27th, Hollywood Babylon with Ralph Garman at the Improv on Melrose. February 28th, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and a Evening with Kevin Smith Q&A at the Ice House in Pasadena. That's two separate events. Tickets for all of these things are available at csmod.com. March 13th, Babble at the Improv again, Melrose. March 14th, there's a Evening with Kevin Smith Q&A and a Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Tempe, Arizona at the Tempe Improv. March 27th, once again, we're back at the Improv on Melrose, but we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old at the Improv this time. March 28th, we're doing Edumacation with me and Andy McElfresh at the Ice House in Pasadena. On April 4th, we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Ontario, California at the Ontario Improv. On April 11th, we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and a Q&A at the Brea Improv. April 17th, I'm doing Why Bry with Brian Johnson, and doing a Evening with Kevin Smith Q&A at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. April 18th, doing Why Bry and Evening with Kevin Smith at the Palm Beach Improv in Florida. And then April 19th, we're doing Why Bry in Orlando. That's when I go see my mom. Anyway, there's a bunch of shows if you're in those neck of the woods. Vancouver, Seattle, Hollywood, Pasadena, Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, Ontario, California, Brea, California, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, or Orlando, Florida. Come see a Smodco show. Tickets, as always, available at csmod.com. And now, a free Smodco podcast for your ear pussy.
Hey, it's your old pal Brian. I'm here to quickly tell you that I will be in Florida in April. Fort Lauderdale Improv on April 17th. Palm Beach Improv on April 18th. Orlando on April 19th. And Kevin and I will be spinning yards and telling tales and all that kind of shit. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. It's never not fun. So go to csmod.com/ybry and get a ticket. Otherwise, I don't know what to think about you.
Is there any chance that the old ybry stories, do they get recycled at shows since they've never been released, the shows?
Not so far, no.
Is there any chance that the Tell 'em Steve Dave could hear some of the old, the very first ybry tales that you told on Why?
Probably. Well, Kevin said he was putting it into an album, like he was going to make an album. We were going to sell it on Bandcamp, and that was, 2 years ago, year and a half ago. So I don't see why not. I don't think that's happening.
Don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting, wholesome snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking.
NatureBox?
Smarter. Let's just do this 15-second free.
You just want to get it through?
Yeah, this is the way your other pods do it.
All right, but I love a NatureBox, but okay.
I heard the most boring fucking Audible ad the other day. It was a straight fucking read, and I was like, oh, God, I can't even imagine doing that.
Yeah.
Get ready.
All right, go ahead. Let's see how it feels.
Forget the vending machine and start snacking. Smarter with delicious treats like BBQ Kettle Kennels.
Oh, BQ.
vanilla granola.
Go to naturebox.com/TSD. That's naturebox.com/TSD. Is that 15 seconds? Did I give them enough?
What do they get? I mean, what do they, what their...
Free snacks. Free sampler box.
Oh, free sampler box and free shipping, right? Isn't that the other thing?
No.
Okay. It's free something or other. If you go on, they'll tell you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I need it from you, Q. I need it now.
Right
Give
now.
it to him, baby.
Nanny poo poo.
I
Suck my
remember.
dick.
I was so angry, Bri. I said to myself, "This is what Bri feels like all the time."
Yeah.
Tell him, Steve, Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Walt, Q, and me. We're here. We're here. And we are ready to pod. Right? Right, Walt? That's
Ready.
what we're here for.
That's it.
We're ready to go. You said you had a point. Do you want to bring it up immediately?
Right, immediately?
Wow.
We got to
I
get
thought
to
I could-
something. I
all
got
right.
a couple things, but you don't have to.
I don't know if this would got on Q's radar.
Okay. I've been trying to be more news conscious lately. If that's how we're talking about.
This would be. Oh, go ahead.
It seems like the world's going to hell, and I just want to know the right time to make a break for it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I told you it was going to hell years ago, and you didn't believe me. You scoffed at me and said all the world needs is a nice new pair of Skeletos, and
they never got in the world. The world was not given its Skeletos, so now look
they
what's
didn't get the
happening.
memo from Q. If we could,
In fact, Skeletos were denounced, weren't they?
we could drop just Skeletos like they drop those packs
Yeah.
of food and stuff, maybe over these countries that are going
Yeah.
ape shit right now. Maybe we drop Skeletos. Maybe we see a world will make a difference.
Yeah, there's a rash of third world country children choking on Skeletos thinking they're edible.
But I don't know if this made your radar, Q, because it's a little. I think it's more local, not really local, but more New Jersey centric.
Okay.
Earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday, or I think it was Monday night. New Jersey was awoken in the middle of the night, if you had a smartphone, by an Amber Alert.
Oh, I did see that. It was a guy who it originated in Delaware, right?
Yes.
And they thought he was heading for New York. I didn't see the wrap up. The only reason I know about it is because it got sent to my phone.
But were you awakened by it?
Yes, I was.
How furious were you?
I wasn't super furious
Because
I can turn it off.
The internet was fucking so angry and so put out. Like on there's this on this New Jersey Star Ledger site. I was on looking at some Devil stories, and I saw that this was a story about how people are outraged about the Amber Alert that woke them up, and I was ashamed to call
be a
myself
human being.
I was ashamed first. You know how much I love New Jersey.
Yeah.
I was ashamed to say I lived in New Jersey when I saw these fucking pieces of shit.
Because it came in like 2:33 in the morning, right? Somewhere around there.
It may have been even later. I think it was maybe close to 4. But so fucking what?
Right.
There's a fucking kid that may be in danger, and you can't be fucking woken up. I thought it was like I said, I lost a lot of faith in humanity.
Read some of the quotes. I'm not familiar with this. This part of the story, anyway.
Well, I go to college. I cannot.
College? What the fuck even? Why
do
are you
they
even
have a
asleep at 2:30 in the morning if you're at college?
And why do they have a gizmo and/or gadget?
I go to college and I cannot be woken up in the middle of the night and expected to be at my full capacity the next day. And I have to go to college because of all the high taxes in New Jersey that forced me to go to college.
Did they cite this fucking pussy's name?
These people leave their names and pictures, and I'm like, how do you do that?
That was on Twitter?
No, this was on a New Jersey Star Ledger newspaper website.
Uh-huh.
Just a lot of fucking people think that just because they're sleeping, that doesn't mean there's people on the road. The world
stopped.
may not be out there and may be able to help this kid.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they would, God forbid, that a kid that they know
Right.
may one day you'd be like, well, we didn't put out an Amber Alert because we saw that
We don't want to wake anybody.
We don't wake anybody up.
Yeah. It said she was found safe in Massachusetts.
Well, that's good. Oh, so a happy end
Happy ending
to that
it.
story.
Yeah.
Paul, are you shutting off your Amber Alerts on the phone?
That's the one I'm on. Yeah.
That's the one you're on?
You're
a scumbag. You're a fucking scumbag if you do that, if you turn it
Well,
on.
hold on now.
Okay.
Is there a way to silence it?
There
it doesn't
is,
go
but
off?
now that's the thing. They're saying that you can silence it now, and people are like, I'm silencing it. I'm never getting one of these
So
alerts
it still
ever
goes
again.
off, but you just...
You won't wake you up.
Well, look, it's not going to do you any good waking you up.
It was crazy, though. It was a very, like, shocking
I've never
noise.
heard that before.
It was like, it was a noise I'd never heard come from my phone at that late at night. It was like, it made your heart race for a second. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
But for a good cause.
Sure, definitely. But could you make it so it only vibrates your phone? So when you wake up in the morning,
believe you could just ignore it.
Oh, I'm not saying you shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't ignore it. But if you're going to bed, you could put it on vibrate. When you wake up in the morning, you check your phone.
A shocking
There's
siren?
an Amber Alert.
But isn't it just your ring? Isn't the
No,
Amber Alert?
it was the sound as if like,
it's like
the bombs were going to drop.
Yeah, that's right.
It was as if like a nuke was going to hit. And you know what? For that family, it fucking is the equivalent of a nuke hitting.
Sure.
And if you could fucking help, God forbid that you ever have to answer to fucking why you'd complain about it publicly. You may think this in your private thoughts, but you fucking assholes should never fucking say it out loud.
Yeah.
Or put it on the internet where people can fucking see how fucking selfish and awful you are.
Well, here's somebody, Billy Malcolm, okay, on Facebook. I'm not saying that you should tell him he's an asshole, but that's up to you. Sending out an Amber Alert at 2 a.m. is bull. Send it over the radio or TV for people who are actually awake. Now I'm going to disable all the Amber Alerts on my phone from now on because some idiot doesn't know the appropriate time to use them. The time to use them, jerk off, is when a fucking kid goes missing. What, you gotta fucking tell people
What's
6
this
hours
guy's name?
later?
So you're at the Amber Alert, bro. You're like, hey, we got to issue an Amber Alert. Well, hold on. Is it the appropriate time for Billy Mays, or whatever the fuck this is?
Billy Malcolm, who's a realtor at White Cart Realtors.
A realtor.
Yeah. What a fucking dickhead. You are, Billy Malcolm, in your fucking he looks like, you know what? He looks like every fucking jerk off from the Jersey Shore. Look at that fucking stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Look at this asshole. With his fucking, like, you have a kid, Billy Malcolm, and they fucking go missing. Your fucking crazed wife or girlfriend.
Don't wake
steals the
anybody.
kid.
Don't wake anybody.
I know. Oh, we can't wake up. But I'm sure if it was a text from his fucking friend or something, it wouldn't be such a big fucking deal. Yeah, Walt, I wasn't aware of this part of the
Hold on, can I just
story.
say this? Oh, go ahead.
No, I wasn't aware of this part of the story.
Oh, you weren't aware that people were fucking going. This is.
I had no idea.
This is even more of an issue. It wouldn't be a nationwide issue, but this was the equivalent, I thought, of fucking people bitching about getting a U2 free album. I wanted to fucking just fucking urinate on people's faces for fucking ever fucking complaining about getting something for free. Because everybody's always in a fucking line to get shit for free, right?
Yeah.
Where's my free shit?
Now, do we know, did Ladondo complain about this Amber Alert like he complained about the U2 album?
Well, Chris Ladondo complained about the U2 album?
Yeah, he was enraged.
Was he?
Yeah, on Twitter, yeah. He was all fucking worked up about it.
Why?
I don't know. It was very vague. It was kind of like, how dare you upload things to my phone without my permission. The same thing everybody else was saying.
I mean, it's happened, Q. I mean, we've become too privileged.
People say in situations like this, like, we need another 9/11. Some people say that, too, which to me I think is a little harsh. But I think what they're really trying to say is, like, the world needs another, like,
a wake-up call.
Yes,
I
a
mean,
wake-up
people
call.
being beheaded in the fucking
no pun
desert
intended.
isn't...
Well, does Chris know that that's going on?
But that's the thing. People being beheaded in the desert. Yeah, Ladondo, he's all right with that. It's about.
We've just put such awful words in his mouth right now, and I'm not even sure. I'm just going to your word that he's mad about the U2 album.
I'm sure he'd confess. Yeah. The thing is, like, and you remember after 9/11, yeah, he is.
He's like the nicest guy in the world.
That's the thing.
He's working with us on What Say You. He's tireless. He's just fucking...
People are judging him on like two things. One of them may not be true. But
well, that's what you get for fucking going out and publicly whining, though.
Yeah.
This is the chance you take.
This
And
is
Brian Johnson may fucking horribly misquote you on the fucking podcast.
He won't do it again, Q.
yeah. He's gonna
He
watch
won't
his,
do it again.
He's gonna watch his mouth from now on.
Do what again?
He won't go out and fucking whine like a privileged fucking, like, just debutante about a fucking...
Just like a little bitch. Like a little bitch. Like,
I got a free album on my fucking phone. Let me take to the internet to express my malcontent.
that being said, I like Ladondo. I really do.
This is a show built on whining about bullshit. Taking them to
But we
task.
can whine.
But meaningless
it.
bullshit.
Right.
People are
Meaningless.
tuning in to hear us whine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but
And us talking about people whining that we disagree with.
I see. Okay.
If I get an Amber Alert at 2 a.m., either I'm sleeping and I'm not going to jump out of the house and start looking for a random kid 2 states away, or I've already got the kid.
The kid was, the authorities thought the kid was making its way to New Jersey. They've got to fucking act, regardless if your fucking beauty sleep is going to be interrupted.
Yeah.
How about this one, Q?
How hard is it for most people to get back to sleep after, or turn your fucking phone, the volume off in the middle of the night?
It wouldn't have happened. If it was silenced, it still would have gone off.
Oh, it still goes
Yeah.
off?
Well, here on the iPhone, there's 2 switches you could toggle to just turn them off completely. Government emergency alerts and Amber Alerts.
Do you think they turn off the emergency alert just in case? Like this,
Of course, yes. These fucking idiots would.
No, this asshole, this, what was his name? McDowell, this BNJ77. He leaves on the government alerts because he's probably like, oh, what if there's a zombie invasion? I gotta know about that. Oh. Fucking idiot. You stupid fuck.
I love it. Right? I love it. You started off. You're like, I didn't know if you had the energy.
Look at this fire.
Look at the belly fucking burning.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit
Can
that,
roast a fucking marshmallow on that fucking sucker right now.
be careful. It'll be one of those types that catch on fire and get too black you can't eat.
What about this?
It was 4 a.m. It says, yeah.
Q, this person says, "What? This makes a good point, possibly, though. All this does is likely make drivers more sleepy and thus putting more people in a dangerous situation in the morning commute. The latter is much more dangerous."
How sleep deprived are these fucking people
That's
that
what they're
like
saying.
they wake up and they're like, what the fuck? Oh, an Amber Alert. Like I saw that. The same thing happened to me. I saw the Amber Alert and I sleep with headphones in, like noise canceling headphones.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How uncomfortable is that?
It's not bad at all.
Really?
Yeah, not bad at all.
What, in-ear noise canceling?
Yeah.
Those
I have
exist?
Those Bose headphones. Yeah, Bose. Huh. You can get little Bose buds.
Are they good?
They're great. They work. I mean, they're expensive, but they work really well.
Do they work as well as the over-the-ear ones?
Not quite as well, but I would say 90% as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
What, 300?
Yeah, about that, 300.
That's a high-ticket item.
It is. But I have such a hard time sleeping that it makes sense for me to invest in
Right.
it. And so my neighbor stomping around above me
Right.
does wake
You're
me
still
up.
not out of that
shit.
place yet.
No, I haven't moved since last week. But this is there are enough citizens and police on the job to chase Amber Alerts, and half these alerts turn out to be a scam anyway, says Saltwater. What are you basing that on?
What an asshole.
Q, it's just comment after comment. It's like I said, I was ashamed.
Yeah,
Of my fellow New
that's
Jerseyans.
really disgusting. It's like
Q, if I ever say anything about Staten Island again,
Yeah.
I want you to come over and with a roundhouse slap
No,
across
well, I
my
won't
face.
slap you.
But I deserve it, though.
Can't I just text you the words Amber Alert and that'll do it? I don't want to slap you.
But I would deserve it, though.
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking
would.
at the poll here, Walt. About 6,000 people voted. 60% won't turn them off. So the majority won't turn them
But
off.
4 out of 10 will.
34% will. 7% are like, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
What about my child? My 6-year-old was unnecessarily frightened by this Amber Alert. What am I to do now?
Well, how did they know?
Because they heard it.
I would just be
It
like,
was- it was-
What am I
so
to
loud.
do now?
What am I to do now with a child who won't
What
go
are
back
you
to
talking
sleep?
about? Who gives a shit?
You know what?
You're lucky enough that your fucking kid is in
Exactly.
the bedroom.
Yeah, not in the trunk of a car, asshole.
I was so angry, Bri. I said to myself, this is what Bri feels like all the time.
Yeah.
This is how Bri feels when he runs out of Tic Tac.
This is what he feels like when the Huffington Post is on his laptop, right? I mean, this is what it must be. I was so angry reading these
constant
comments.
state of rage.
I didn't
Which
know
I'll
what
get to
do.
later on. I have a rage
More
story
rage?
for you. Yeah.
You've been so good lately.
Yeah, I know. This fucking worked me up.
So, I mean, based off, if you had heard it, Q, you would have been woken up. Would you? Is there any reason that you would be like, we should ever silence any of these?
Fucking course not. That's insane.
I think we should. We got to. I think you got to like push like maybe to do some public service announcements. Maybe.
Yeah.
SBQ.
That's what we should do. Tell them Steve Dave public service announcement.
But we need our biggest name to do it, probably, to come out and step right up right now.
Be like, hey, if you're turning off your Amber Alerts, you're a fucking asshole. Turn on the Amber Alerts.
Is that a little too harsh?
Too harsh?
Yeah, you got to make people.
And you have
make
to
people
do it
like
like,
you.
Okay. Hey,
like
guys.
when you win a Grammy. You know, like the last week they had the Oscars
Right.
and everybody has to get in their fucking political 2 cents.
Oh my God.
They just can't have a night of patting themselves on the back. They have to add their fucking soapbox bullshit into it.
I have a picture I want to show Brian that you're going to love, and a story that I believe the ants will probably enjoy as well. Well, I'll get to it, I guess, when we're done with the Amber Alerts.
A 3-year-old girl, Walt, they are fucking angry that they were awakened. I mean, that's it's almost unbelievable. I would have never predicted that. I would have never thought that.
But that's what I said, Ryan. Just think about this, though. People think some horrific thoughts inside their heads.
Mm-hmm.
It takes another fucking level of stupidity and ignorance to actually fucking go out and type them, so then you fucking put your name on them.
So everybody knows how angry you are
As
that
a
you got
fucking
woken
realtor.
up.
A realtor who should never sell another house in the state of New Jersey ever again.
Yeah.
Like, people should just refuse to.
Yeah. If you're thinking about using this what's his name again?
No, this could.
He wrote it. It's public.
Yeah.
He wrote it.
He's allowed to give his opinion, but we're not allowed to?
This is his quote. I'm just saying.
I mean, this guy may have kids too, though, and he may. Lose
well, if he
his
does,
job.
then he's a double asshole.
Yeah, I don't want to take bread out of anybody's mouth, no matter how fucking ignorant and stupid they are.
I mean, this
cheese.
is fucking ignorant beyond fucking ignorant. I just, you're right. It gives you a sick fucking queasy feeling in your stomach, you know, just to know that like this fucking moron sending out an Amber Alert at 2 a.m. is bull.
Now you think how Bono felt.
Yeah, fucking Chris
LaDondo went after him.
Lodondo. How do you think he felt? He probably read that remark.
Right?
He lifted his sunglasses, wiped a tear.
But think about this, though, Q. You heard about this backlash that Bono felt.
Yeah, but I
Bono.
also heard it worked out for them immensely.
Okay, but let's say it didn't.
Sure.
If there's any man on the planet who deserves not to be fucking dragged through the mud for all the humanitarian work he's done,
You think it's Bono?
isn't it fucking him? That you
Bill
can't, that
Gates.
these fucking ingrates and these people can't fucking be like, hey, you know what? I may not have wanted that album, but I don't need to go on there and fucking embarrass the man and the artist. Just fucking get rid of it then, or don't listen to it.
I think the
He
problem
was fucking happy. This Billy Malcolm guy was happy. I was quoted on NJ.com, exclamation point, BNJ77.
nobody called him a piece of shit.
He's happy about it.
What about all the AIDS work that Bono does? All the things he does for all the humanitarian work he does, you can't give this man a pass.
I can't.
After he gives
complain.
you, he gives and fucking gives and gives,
Yeah.
even including his art.
He gives his art away for free, but he made a lot of money off that, I'm told,
How?
because it spurred the sales of his other albums. The plan worked perfectly.
I want to tell you a little something more about this Billy Malcolm asshole, okay?
Who's Billy Malcolm again?
This is the guy. This is the realtor who's so happy that he was quoted that, like, you know, he's an asshole and it's bull. So on February 24th at 9:12 a.m., he says, sending out an Amber Alert at 2 a.m. is bull, blah, blah, blah. Send it over the TV for people who are actually awake. Now, 3 fucking days earlier on his timeline at 1:28 a.m., which is roughly the time the Amber Alert was sent. LOL, anyone up and watching ABC? And And he's watching this. What's this game called again? What's this?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
Yeah, do you want to be a millionaire?
Right.
What a fucking stupid fucking asshole.
Wow. All right.
That's the exclamation point.
He's a fucking... Billy Malcolm, you're an embarrassment to New Jersey.
Wow.
You're an embarrassment. And to Weikert Realtors. 214 to present. I hope you got shit canned.
Wow.
I don't.
Walt doesn't.
I don't
feel
know if
that way.
anybody should lose their job over that, though.
It seems a bit of a stretch.
It does.
It does, but...
Because you guys, the man
you
has
should at
kids.
least-
It's a poorly
If
thought
the
out.
man has a
opinion.
family, there's certainly they shouldn't pay for the sins of their.
He's happy that he was quoted saying something incredibly fucking insensitive.
Well, I'm not
and
saying he's
vile.
not a dope, but
He's a dummy. You want to trust him? You're going to buy a house from him? You're
I'm not
going
buying a
to
house
let
from
him
him.
sell your house?
No. Well, you know what? He's obviously got the kind of ruthless attitude a realtor.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
Yeah, he may be the exact guy I want selling my
I might
house.
buy a house from Billy Malcolm.
Throw a coat of paint over that mold on the wall. He, you know.
Wow, people are fucking angry. Jesus.
Wow.
We got
If you're trying to compare a few people complaining on a bus to millions of people shocked awake in the middle of the night, it woke me up, and I wasn't shocked. I wasn't.
Oh,
like,
I was definitely
running
stunned.
around
It
the house.
was like, what the fuck's going
Really?
on?
I had heard it before.
It's
though.
just
I'd
that
never
loud,
heard it
like
before.
brrrr, like that thing.
It was as if like someone shot an air horn off.
Right.
Like if your phone was next to you, it was like
And
it
you
was
probably
startling.
had multiple phones in your bedroom, right? So it came
No,
from
only
all
one.
areas.
I only got one.
Oh, but your wife doesn't have
My
one.
wife was sleeping in the other room. I was sleeping on the couch because I was drawing late at night, so I
okay.
didn't want to go in and wake her up. So I started to lay down, and I had probably fallen into a very light sleep when it happened.
You were listening to U2 as you drifted off.
You know what? I did feel like I'm not a U2 fan. There's some songs that have come out, but I felt like buying the whole catalog just to support
Oh, wow.
U2 after that backlash came out. I was angered by that too.
All right.
And I think Chris Lodondo deserves a chance to come on and defend his stance against U2. Hopefully
Sure.
he'll come on and
It wasn't like that, though.
it kind of was like that.
It was like,
Yeah, I've gotten them before.
I had never
Yeah.
heard it before. I hope to never hear it again, but you know what? My phone will be on. If it happens
You'll be
again, I'll
ready.
hear it
You'll be ready.
and I'll fucking look.
I think it's this one. Probably.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, it's not that one
no,
either.
It wasn't that one.
No, wait, maybe this one? This one. Yeah?
It was the first one.
Fucking
So-
aliens attacking? Like
That's the zombie alert, bro.
Okay.
that sound goes off in Red Bank from time to time at really weird hours.
That's you know what that is. That's like bombs are falling.
Yeah, it's like
in
an
Yeah, it's
Israel.
nuclear
Yeah.
alert.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody at home is appreciating the different sirens.
I mean, Jesus Christ almighty. How do I stop this? Okay, there you go. That's sickening, man.
So can we give Lodondo some airtime if he wants to? come on?
Lodondo, you're challenged by Tell 'em Steve Dave to come in here and defend your stance on Bono, who's done God knows how much for the world.
Yeah, and if we're gonna put on, I mean, if you're gonna come on, you're gonna have to compete with all of Bono's great achievements, and I'm not talking about in the artist field.
Yeah.
Right.
The humanitarian
Yeah.
field.
Or you could just issue an apology to Bono right now and avoid all this.
If you tweet an apology to Bono, you'll be excused. How come they don't do silver alerts, do you think? Because your phone will be going off every fucking 10 minutes? Isn't it like whenever you see those highway signs, it's always a silver alert?
Yeah,
it's
you see
always-
far more silver alerts than amber alerts.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wouldn't care if it was silver alerts. If someone's in trouble,
Should
I
they,
can-
though?
I could be interrupted. I don't care.
Should they do this? Okay, so the little girl was kidnapped in Delaware, and they think she's been gone a couple hours. Should they? I mean, obviously she's not in California, so should they localize?
I think they tried to, but they had information that led them to believe that the father was taking her to
New Jersey or New York or Queens,
New Jersey.
right? New Jersey.
Yeah. All right.
And they found her,
Yeah.
according to this.
And if people are saying like, well, this is not a real abduction because she was with her father. Yeah, because there's no history
Of parental abduction. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
and it turning out and ending horribly.
Yeah, the little
tragedy.
girl rotting away in a fucking drainage ditch.
So I
somewhere
don't
in
want to hear
fucking
that
New Jersey.
excuse either. That for people who didn't want to wake up because it was a parental issue. No, it wasn't. Kid was in danger.
He was involved in a domestic dispute in which he allegedly assaulted the child's mother and then took off with the kid.
Right. Who's to think that he wouldn't take it out even more on the mother by hurting the kid?
Do you know how many times, yes, like people have, like there was a dude in New Jersey, as a matter of fact, to get back at the mother, he threw a baby off that big bridge on the way to Woodbridge. It's nuts. It's nuts. And anyone with a child who complains about this doesn't love their child. They don't love their child.
I don't think that you're wrong.
They're incapable of fucking empathy.
No, you know what? I don't. You know, maybe you are a little wrong. I just think that they're so self-centered. They just can't see past their own fucking needs.
They can't. They'd be like, so if their child went missing, they would say, let's wait until morning to send out the Amber Alert. I don't want to wake anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's actually just crazy. When you lay it out, if they just take a second to think, it's,
they would probably feel very foolish.
right.
Like
You're on notice, state of New Jersey. You and Chris Lozano.
The number of things that you could compare it to, you know, which are far worse in this world. And you got woken up.
Lozano now.
He loves
He's
it.
so
bro.
nice.
He loves it.
He loves it. He's not like me where he loves any attention, is
No, he's not that he loves any attention, but, you know.
I don't know. He necessarily loves being put on blast.
He loves it.
he? But I mean, it's certainly. I mean,
He fucking threw together that Fast and the Furious screening that we're doing.
oh yeah.
For
You got
What
him
Say
working
You.
for you now.
He's producing What Say You, and
You have a producer on your other pod.
we have a producer.
Why don't we have a producer on fucking Tell Him Steve Dave?
You think Chris Lozano would do it?
I'm sure he would. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Put it this way: Universal Pictures is giving us an advanced screening of Fast and Furious 7, and Chris is throwing the whole thing
I remember
together.
you said that.
Yeah, March 31st in Manhattan.
Do you think that Tell Him Steve Dave could benefit from producer in your honest opinion?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what do you think?
Well, I think you take on the role of producer, really, without the title.
Oh, so I should have multiple titles?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Change in rank, no change in
Yeah.
pay.
But what if we got a real producer? What do you think? What are the things that a real producer could do for Tell 'em Steve? Should we put out the call right now? Anybody wants to be a producer for us?
Well, I will say this: when we first started putting out the call for a producer on What Say You,
We had Mary Beth.
yeah,
Is that her
Mary
name?
Beth,
Yeah.
Is she a producer?
She would have been considered a producer. Yeah.
right. But that's
The thing that people ask sometimes, like, whatever happened to her? It just kind of like fell apart. On a personal level, I found her to be too familiar. I remember her being here when we did a show, and you and I were at odds over something. And she kept interrupting, and it almost united us. In like, we've been friends for 30 years. Don't fucking act like you know. You know?
Maybe that was the smartest ploy of all. Maybe she had a little psych therapy in her background.
Yeah.
I know how I could get them to bury the hatchet.
Yeah.
I'll make them hate me.
Yeah. They'll bond in their hatred for their unpaid producer.
But you think
she tried to get things done.
she did?
She did.
Yeah, she was a nice lady.
And this was pre-television shows.
Yeah.
So it was harder to do,
She
probably.
saw the potential.
But it was harder to do to probably get shit done. Now a producer, if we had one, could always throw down these guys are on two different shows.
Right. But I guess the thing would be like, what goals does Tell 'em Steve Dave want to accomplish that we're not currently accomplishing?
I tell you what I desperately want this year.
Okay.
And I need it from UQ. I need it now.
Right
Give
now.
it to him, baby.
I need a commitment from you that there are 3 neighboring county fairs in the
Okay.
summertime. And I have been trying for 2 years to do a Making Hay-esque episode at the fair.
Okay.
And for 2 years, your schedule has been hellish.
Do you know the dates?
Fucking what, in the summertime now? For the
You don't
fucking
think they have
county
them
fairs? I'm sure I could get
I'll look
the
it up
dates.
right now.
You get those dates, and I can guarantee I'll be there. I'll put it on the calendar right now.
And okay, but I want all access to all fair participants. Can you get that?
Yeah. I think. Well, what do you mean?
Like I want them
Get
to.
us in
I
for
can
free?
do that. Wait, what?
I mean, you mean buy tickets? I assume you meant buy tickets to get us into the fair.
I want like a liaison to take us to where we can talk to the person who has the fucking best in show chicken.
I see.
Oh, so okay.
Well, that's what we need Chris Lodondo for.
Would he come on as our producer?
He would.
Maybe if we cut out all the Bono stuff.
I mean, the problem with us,
It's hard now to go from fucking just slamming him now to be like, hey, will he be our producer too?
You want to do some free stuff for us?
look. Here's the problem with us and a producer. We would need to be accountable. We would need to answer emails. We would
Can do. Check. Check.
Okay.
Okay.
All three of us.
Well, I'm talking about just for me.
I'm getting better, though.
You are
He is.
getting better.
He's
You
getting
definitely
better.
are getting
He's
better.
on the right track.
Although I feel, does your phone not? Because anytime there's a chain, there's a 3-person chain going around.
Text.
I've never seen you weigh in on one ever.
Really?
Do you
I
not
do
get them?
No, so I do. Sometimes I weigh in. I didn't weigh in today. I saw that.
He silenced his chain alert,
yeah.
but not his Amber Alert, motherfucker.
My Amber Alert's ready to go.
That chain that you got today, I actually restarted one because I went
Maybe
back.
I didn't get it then. Let's see.
You've never answered on a chain email.
This is wait a second. Where is it?
I always just think you're not getting them.
You said something about Dollar Shave,
Right.
and then Walt
Did you
said,
answer?
"You're listening great."
Right, but what do you have before that?
The rope off screen
So you are getting them.
is the idea.
You never answer any of them. You've never answered a single 3-way. You've never answered one of the 3.
I'm going back. Hold on a
groups.
second. Hold on. You're right.
I know, right? Because I'm always
well,
like,
since January 30th.
Q, I'm even willing to go to the Staten Island Fair. Whatever is easier for you.
No. It's not a matter of easy. It's just a matter of having the day off.
I understand,
But I can get the day off if I have the date and just give it to production. They know not to book something that day.
okay,
That's that
I'm
easy.
gonna get the dates. But you were. I mean, you were. It's not the production. I think that was stopping you the last couple of years. It was just like your
Last year.
manic touring.
Yeah, our touring is about to slow down because we're trying to do the movie version of IJ.
Oh yeah.
So we're not booking tour dates until we know the schedule. So we actually are not going to have.
you
a
may
lot
have
of
the
tours.
summer free.
Well, I'd be shooting the movie, but yeah, I'd be home. But I can make it happen.
Okay.
I can make it happen.
How does that sound? Does that sound appealing?
I love
to you?
it.
The day at the fair.
Yeah.
All access. So we get behind the scenes. We get to talk to all the fair people.
I think it's amazing. I think it's great.
I think to me it could be our next making hay.
I would love it.
Okay.
Did you just answer me?
Yeah.
Your text when you come in. Did I ever show you the noise that comes in on your text?
Nah.
Yeah, text me right now. Just me though. Don't do a chain. I don't know if it works on a chain.
Okay.
This is the
Let's see here.
this is the Brian Johnson noise. There you go. That's some announcing shit right there.
It
huh?
really is,
That's like
man.
Brian Johnson has something to say.
That's some pump.
Yeah. There we go. Walt doesn't have a noise.
Walt doesn't have a special noise.
No, but I should give him one.
Still looking for this fair date, but
Oh yeah, no, we'll get it.
we'll get it.
We'll get it.
yeah. Okay.
How much lead time do I need to give it to you for?
I mean, if you the bigger the lead time, the better. I would say that a month is not enough time.
A month is not enough time.
Yeah,
Okay.
a month is
Wow.
not enough time.
All right.
I'm working months out, baby. I don't know.
Different circles.
It's
Different
horrible.
world.
It's horrifying. Every day in the shower.
Here you go,
I
Q.
think
July
about my wife.
22nd to the 26th.
July 22nd to the 26th.
That's 2015.
That's
What fair is it?
the Monmouth County Fair.
Okay, Monmouth County will do.
July 22nd.
Best in Show Pig.
I just want to interview people a la
Blue Ribbon Chicken.
I want to talk to the guy who does the pig races.
You got it.
I want to talk to the barkers, the carnival barkers. I want to talk to.
I want to talk to the drug addicted
In
carnies.
fact, I'm on vacation from the show during that time, so I could definitely do it.
It's signed, sealed, delivered.
Done deal.
I don't need a producer. Delando, you're out.
Yeah, you're fired.
Not
Has
on
nothing
what,
to do with the Bono thing.
not on what say you though. Keep working.
Yeah.
He's lining up the interview with Samantha Fox.
I saw that you got
Dude.
a tweet from Samantha Fox.
Yeah.
Did the 15-year-old BQ pop a stock?
The 38-year-old fucking BQ. Yeah, I'm very excited by that.
Who's Samantha Fox?
She was, or is rather, but in the 80s and 90s, she was like a sex pot, like a British sex pot.
So in the 80s, she was a sex pot. So
No,
right
she still
now,
looks good.
if she went missing, there would be a silver alert.
No, she's like 48. She's like 48.
Oh, really?
She still looks great.
So when you say you're may have a bit of an arousal, is there a chance? Like if she was like, "Hey, let's go out to dinner," would you be interested in maybe?
Without a second's doubt.
You would be up for maybe whatever comes after dinner too.
I would be honored and lucky too, but it won't happen. She's married to a woman now, so
she's gay.
Yeah. She came out and that doesn't hurt.
All right, Walt. Now this was 6 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So-
She's a singer, huh?
She's a singer. She's an actress, a model.
I think
Everything.
she's one of those. Yeah, she's like jack of all trades, master of none type.
Oh,
thing.
look at don't slam BQ's girl like that.
About to throw this mic down. Shit's about to get real here.
She's a year older than me and you, Walt.
Yeah.
She looks
In 1983, at age
about
16,
30 years younger than me and you. In that picture, though. Even at 48, she looks awesome.
she's great.
she continued as a page 3 pinup girl until she was 20.
She's an animal
Okay, what
advocate.
kind of
You've heard her songs, but
I remember
No,
the song "Touch Me, I Want Your Body."
but what
Naughty
kind
Girls
of,
Need Love Too.
But what kind of
I had her poster.
interview are you? What is it? Some of the things you want to hit upon?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
You are hot.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and avoid that.
you look good to me. I used to jerk off to you.
You're married?
What do you think's gonna? Gorgeous callback. Oh my God, she was when she was 16.
Yeah.
Her parents gave their consent for her to pose topless.
Hippies,
Is that fucking? Hold on now.
that's got to be a question,
Samantha?
right? Or do you want to get too
I don't want to do anything that's going to.
detour it or put her on a hot?
deal?
You don't want no hot seat question.
This is
a fluff piece.
This is a fluff piece, but an all love fluff piece. Well, I don't know.
This would be me when I told you, and it's a little behind the scenes for some Tell 'em Steve Dave bitches out there who bitch about the Tell 'em Steve Dave.
right.
Not girls, bitches.
Yeah. I meant the people who fucking complain and bitch,
Yeah.
LaDonda.
who complain that we gave Sargell a fluff piece. Well, there was I put the harness on BQ and Bry to not be rude or put Sargell in an uncomfortable position about his
You specifically
about
told
his
me
thoughts.
don't give them
and
the
his
ghost
beliefs.
You said don't give him the ghost hunter treatment.
Right, and people were annoyed that I can't believe it.
Right.
Because we want Sargell to feel like he's part of the family and not be put on fucking the cross because BQ may not believe some of the things that
Right.
Sargell
Otherwise,
believes in.
he's not going to come back.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So there
He's not Gidim. We could berate Gidim nonstop.
He has some respect.
Right.
There she is, Q. Those big boobies.
And,
She
and
has
as
giant
Gidim has
boobies.
respect too.
Yeah.
She's got big ones.
Look, she has a career spanning
Right.
20-something years.
You're not going to want to put there's no reason to put her and make her squirm.
She
For your delight.
She was. I had no less than 10 pictures of posters of her on my wall in junior high school.
And how many
Into high school.
Could you put a number on the fantasies?
I could not, because you have to remember, this is when we were entering into the fucking time, you know what I mean, of that life where all you can think about is
Look at his
that.
eyes are
I'm telling you,
they're
dude.
fucking lit up.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm
like the
excited.
vapors.
Oh Lord. I have this in my house. I put this up a couple of times, Walt, but to this very day, framed in my house is the poster I had on my wall as a kid. Like, it's still hanging on the wall of my house.
So you slept under that poster.
Did you make that? Was that a collage or that's a poster?
No, that's one of the posters, but
Okay.
but made up of all the individual posters that I also had on my wall.
Really?
Yeah.
The perfect woman. Is she that girl
And
you were
he
dreaming
has
about?
always-
Jennifer?
It could have been blonde, but she's, dude, I love her.
He has always liked that. You've always been about blondes and tall and thin.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, him about fucking 99% of America.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what a fucking eye Q has.
Yeah, I'm in the minority though.
She's
man.
not
I'm
a thinny
into
mini,
it.
Samantha.
I mean, not
Fox.
anymore. When she was young, she looked thin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
are you going to bring up her weight gain over the years?
No, I'm probably gonna leave it at that. I mean, it's weird because it's like I just want her to be nice. I don't want to meet her and be like,
You know, Q, this brings something that another reveal, another behind the scenes of Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Yeah?
You weren't around one day, and we got an interview with a death metal band
okay,
by the name of old school death metal called Venom.
Venom.
And me and Brian, after the interview, felt like it wasn't worth releasing because we were so like lapping at them, you know, not laughing. We just you're great, you're awesome.
Right.
We felt like there was nothing we could ask them, no hard questions about, has that time passed for you guys?
Right.
Why are you guys still doing
He's
this?
like, I passed 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's hard.
We felt like that's not what Tell 'em Steve Dave is about. Like, we don't want to just come out and just like suck someone balls,
Right.
and then release it. We're like, that's not Tell 'em Steve
We
Dave.
have the unreleased Venom interview with me and you still. It was
Yeah.
Kronos, right?
Yeah, and now if anybody's not listening, if you want to YouTube "Welcome to Hell" Venom, right now, that would be the type of music it was. It was all about hell. It's all
I mean,
every song was
that's
about
it.
hell.
Yeah, that is it. And he made fun of King Diamond.
Oh, this is the guy you told me about?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
we didn't defend. We didn't like. We just didn't. It's not our forte.
Sure.
So maybe that's why Tell 'em Steve Dave doesn't need a producer. We just don't want to book.
Well, people don't like when we have
Celebrities.
guests.
Well, you want to book people like Monster Magnet. Fits right in. Like, that's the thing. It's got to be. I found it always better when it's just like, if we have someone sitting in, that they're just on the show. We're not interviewing them. They're
Right.
just
Okay,
they're just diving in,
yeah.
and they're part of the show.
It's hard to find.
It's hard to find.
It's hard to find anybody who cares enough to come on.
It's very difficult to find. We had on What Say You, we had Joey Fatone, and he was the guy from NSYNC.
Yes.
Perfect. We like he was
great.
He was great.
Really good. Yeah.
Fit right in. It wasn't an interview. He was just talking about things, and things came up naturally, and it was great. So ideally, like, if you
Who's been a bad interview, or you don't want to say?
he's like one of the only ones we've had. So we haven't really gone.
There was one, I can't remember his name. There was one interview, if I'm going to be honest, that you had a comedian on, and I really thought he was cocky as hell. I can't remember his name.
One of Sal's friends. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Where he was really like preaching the fucking the comedy Bible and like very very assured of his opinion to the point where it was like bordering on fact and stuff. And I was put off by that guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I see that.
You felt
I feel
the same way?
I felt the same way, but we were going through a period where we were just really doing comedians.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
got on that kick, and they can't all be great. But I appreciate it.
And then there's that other guy that's awesome. He was on a show that got canceled.
Owen Benjamin, Roy Wood.
Roy Wood. That's
Roy was great. He was on Sullivan and Son.
Yeah, that's the one.
They were
Yeah.
both on Sullivan and
Yeah,
Son.
Roy
They were
Wood
great.
was the guy I'm
But that's the
thinking
thing. If you can get someone that could sit there and just enjoy it and shit like that, then it's fine. I don't know. I'm hoping Samantha Fox does that. But
It also sounded like he was like working material, like it wasn't like the conversation wasn't spontaneous. It's like he was working like bits in there,
can
you
see
know what I
that.
mean?
Have you put Ladondo on your dream guest, which was the Chuck Barris guy?
Chuck Barris is like 85 now, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
I don't know. I'd love to have him. He's still my dream guy. I just wonder if he would do it. But yeah, Chris, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are at this point, there's about 500 people on
Maybe
Twitter.
he's not.
Get me Chuck Barris, my friend. I'm trying to get a Vin Diesel lookalike to hang out with us the night of the Fast and the Furious thing. I just think it'd be great if we just took pictures with a Vin Diesel lookalike all night.
That is pretty great.
Yeah. Are you gonna come? You want to come? Ming fucking put his request in immediately.
Oh, I thought it was just you and Sal, and
I have a guest list.
I would. I would. I've watched every Fast and Furious.
You're in, babe.
I'm all caught up.
All right, yeah.
Speaking of being caught up, I cheated on you boys a bit.
Oh, here we go.
I did a podcast the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Walking Dead cast.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned this.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's Walking Dead cast.
Well, these are the guys who started Walker Stalker?
Yes, it's Jason.
So
and
rich
this woman,
motherfuckers.
Karen. These things seem to do pretty well.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Are they
It
still
went
the
well.
presidents and CEO of the Walker Stalker thing? Like they're the guys on high?
Those are the guys.
They're the guys.
Yeah,
So was it good? You did a good appearance?
I thought so.
So you've just
they talk about Hitler?
You've assured yourself?
They didn't bring up Hitler. No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. I mean, trust me. I wasn't like, maybe I'll join you guys in a band and
That
tell them
sound
Steve
catty
Dave.
enough? Oh, but then, that doesn't sound
Your
catty.
face, what people at home will never see is you sold it on your face, too.
Declan, put in a little like, we talked about the last episode, and he was like, if you can hang out if you want, or
Yeah.
you can get off. So I hung out. I talked for the whole.
Where do they record it?
It seems like he's at his house and she's at her house, and like
Oh,
they
you weren't there
Skype.
physically.
No, they Skype. So I went on Skype and did it. Are you caught up with?
Yeah, I'm all
Walking
caught
Dead?
up with Walking Dead.
My
My favorite season this season.
really
Yeah.
with the my one comment was, and if you don't, this is a spoiler, but what's the shelf life for spoilers these days? I heard it's like the next day you can talk about it.
I'd say like a week is a good time.
Okay, well, it came out Sunday. Today's Thursday. This will probably come out tonight or tomorrow morning.
I wouldn't worry.
I said that, and if you watch the show, there's a gay couple. Mm-hmm. And this is another thing. It goes back kind of the people complaining about the Amber Alert. But there was a guy, he meets the group. His name was Aaron, I believe.
Yeah.
And he wants to try to get the group to go back to live with him and
They have a community.
his community,
Yeah.
which is one person, and it was another dude, and it turns out that
No, they have a whole town.
oh, did they? I
Yeah.
thought it was just
No, they're because I read the comics. They're
okay.
they're the scouts for the town.
okay.
Yeah.
And it turned out when they got back to, they fought through the walkers. Don't you think that the walkers are being dispatched of rather easily these days?
It's almost like an afterthought now.
It seems they're far more afraid of regular people than they are of walkers.
I think that's kind of the point of the show.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there was a gay kiss
On The Walking Dead?
on
Yeah.
Walking Dead. Yeah,
Fuck.
the two guys.
We should have broke AMC's first gay kiss on Comic Book Men.
We tried with Mike and Meg, but they cut it out. We should have shown the whole wedding night, like fucking Tanya Harding and shit, like made a video. But people were mad about that. People were mad about the gay kiss. Like, I'm watching this with my kids, and suddenly, this. But it's like
boy.
the violence, the betrayal,
Right.
the
rape.
the
rape.
It's
It's
nonstop.
nuts, right?
Denise Crosby flat out got raped like 3 times in one episode.
It is nonstop, and you're like, these two,
Why are
like
you watching this with your kids?
Right.
this guy who desperately
Hold on.
wanted to get back
Hold
to his
on,
friend.
Johnny. Let me silence my Amber Alert. And then we can watch The Walking Dead together.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Unless there's fags kissing, in which case we'll shut it off.
Wait. Why is this a Staten Island accent? This shit happened in Jersey.
That's true. Well,
Fucking turn that shit around on me. My homeland.
It's Hoboken. We're talking about Hoboken. But people were really riled up.
Yeah, they were.
They were worked up
So
about
insane.
it. And
Like, what, all gay people died in the plague? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm reading these comments and I was like, holy fucking shit. And I said, the only thing that I thought was missing from the episode was when they were in the van or whatever at the end and driving. I wanted Aaron and whatever his partner's name was, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I wanted them to talk about gay stuff and gay sex so much that the rest of the people were like, guys, could you calm down? Like, enough with the gay stuff. Like, I just wanted them to talk about nonstop, like, amyl nitrate and fucking boning each other, and to the point where it got really awkward.
That's why you don't write for The Walking
I
Dead.
guess one of the many reasons. Yeah. So if you go to walkingdeadcast.com or iTunes and you want to listen to it and hear all my fucking amazing thoughts on The Walking Dead.
Did you address this?
Oh yeah, it was the first thing I addressed.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
I said I was boycotting AMC, and should we get a season 5, I refuse to be on it.
I have an appearance myself this weekend.
Wow.
On Trauma has given Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD his own talk show on their YouTube channel.
And you went on?
And they've asked me to come on. I'm doing it this Saturday to record a spot with them.
Nice.
Did I tell you the idea?
No.
Years ago, Walt, I had pitched Trauma a movie idea. This is like 15 years ago. You remember this?
Yeah. I do.
And
This was similar to the Terror of Tiny Town.
it is Terror of Tiny Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terror of Tiny Town.
Remember that movie, Walt?
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
you pitched them a horror movie involving dwarfs?
It wasn't. It was a gangster movie involving a dwarf taking over, like this dwarf criminal empire taking over a town, and written specifically for Trauma. I think actually me and you bounced the idea around a bunch. Anyway, so pitched it to them. Obviously, it went nowhere. So I'm bringing that pitch back, and I'm going to repitch Lloyd.
Your Terror in...
You're in a better place now.
Yeah.
Terror in Tiny Town 2015?
Yeah, that's it. I think it was Tiny. What was it called? Tiny something takes over something. I don't know. I haven't found it yet. I got to dig it up again. So I'm gonna be interviewed by Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. I'm very excited, and I don't know why, because we get asked to do a lot of talk shows and stuff like that, and I've been saying no to a lot of them. I don't want to say which one. I don't want to say which ones because it'll piss someone off. But like major ones, I have been like, I just don't want to drive into the city and shit like that. For some reason, something about Trauma on my day off, like I'm going to drive into Manhattan.
It's worthwhile.
Oh, I just can't wait. I just can't wait to get in there and like do it. I'm really excited by it. I guess because I used to watch those Trauma movies, you know? I'm excited. Yeah. So I'm going to wear my Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt on it.
One last thing about Walking Dead. Eugene, did you know from the very beginning that this guy was not?
Well, again, I read the comics, so
you knew?
Yeah, I knew.
The second they introduced that character and that redheaded dude was
Abraham.
Abraham was all excited about getting him to Washington. I was like, "There's something going on." I guarantee he's not really a scientist.
Is the problem with The Walking Dead, if I may. If things start going right for the characters, the show's over.
There's no show. Right?
There's no show. So it's like this like, you just know every week in, week out, no matter what you watch, it's going to be shit going wrong. And fucking, how long? like what the fuck? You got to throw out a rainbow every once in a while, but they just don't.
Yeah, you do think like, you look at the synopsis and it's like, Rick and the crew run into a community, but it's not what they think at first.
Right.
It's kind of, it's kind of repetitive in terms of like when they run into.
But again, this is my favorite season of the show, so it's I guess something's working. I don't want to badmouth your fucking lead in.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, obviously, I got a couple issues with it.
Yeah.
I don't like the people that are very blasé about walkers being 6 inches from their face because they're so in their head.
Yeah.
Did you notice too when they were in the hospital? Remember at one of the very last shots in that hospital, there was a dwarf policewoman.
I don't remember that.
It was very quickly, but
really?
Yeah, there was a dwarf policewoman. She was really small, and I brought that up too about the diversity of The Walking Dead. You're seeing a little bit more diversity now.
Yeah,
and I didn't know whether I should say dwarf or little person, but I was like, what dwarfs and midgets don't realize is people were already calling them little people. Like you didn't have to make a big deal about it.
I think midget's the one you can't say. Dwarf is the one you can say.
Midget's no good.
I think midget's no good.
Midget's no good, Walt.
As far as I know.
Hey, look at that midget. I call
hard.
Sage midget all the time.
Yeah.
Like, get over here, midget.
You probably wouldn't if she was a real midget, though.
Little person.
Yeah, probably not.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're a real midget, yeah, I guess I might not.
You affectionately calling her midget.
Yeah, like if she had a cleft palate, I'd be like, come here, hair lip or something fucking weird like that. Yeah. I guess I probably wouldn't. Kevin defended the word hair lip. You remember that? Because his dad was I think he was the first child either in the country or in New Jersey to have this surgery that fixed his cleft
Kevin's
palate.
dad.
Yeah, Kevin's dad. So when he said hair lip, somebody got all over him about it. And he was like, fuck you. My dad was a hair lip. Yeah. So anyway, what I wanted to bring up earlier was, I got a call from the school the other day, Sage's school, and the guy, the dude, I thought for sure it was Sage has a runny nose because she's been she's been sick lately. And you need to come get her. And instead he said, hey, Mr. Johnson, I have an issue up here at school. I just wanted to make you aware of. Sage is wearing an incredibly inappropriate T-shirt today to school. So the nurse changed her into another T-shirt. And in that moment, I was like, what? Like, what could possibly be inappropriate?
Right.
You know? And I couldn't even remember what shirt she was wearing. And the guy says, and this is weird because the guy's probably my age, maybe a little bit older. And he goes to tell me, but he won't say the curse that's on the shirt. Right? Which I thought was strange. It's like, why don't you just say it? But as you know, I've mentioned it before. I'm buddies with Piggy D, the bassist for Rob Zombie's band, and he just sent a bunch of stuff to me and some stuff to Sage, some shirts and stuff. And what I didn't realize was this is the one she liked the best. It's a Black Victory shirt. See, it's like a skull.
Okay, yeah.
She loves horror and she loves that kind of stuff. What I didn't notice, though, on the back was it says blood-sucking motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Now, once I realized, and he goes, it says blood-sucking mother, you can figure out the rest. Like, he wouldn't say,
Right.
And I said, all right, I'll...
Right away you get annoyed and irate?
No, I thought
Okay.
I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was so fucking funny. No, I mean, I understand that they can't.
Oh, God, of course.
But I also thought, like, if you're going to have that word
Right.
in any classroom, that's the classroom to have it in because they can't read, like they don't know what it says. But I guess she went to the bathroom, and for some reason they go to the bathroom in the nurse's office.
Okay.
And I guess the nurse noticed it, so she reported it.
It's so funny that it just went through the whole day without anybody noticing.
I had conferences with her teacher that same day, parent-teacher conference, and she didn't notice it. The teacher didn't notice it. It was only when the nurse noticed
funny.
it. So and Sage hates wearing other people's clothes, so I had to run her shirts up to her. But I thought it was funny, but they acted with, like, his voice had such gravity to it. And I was like, seriously? It's like, he didn't make a big deal about it, but it did make me laugh.
Oh, he's covering his ass too because God forbid another parent sees it and starts causing problems.
It did make me laugh, but it leads me to my real question, which is, like every day I pick Sage up.
Right.
At the elementary school. Now you know what that parking lot looks like, right? You've
Highlands?
been, you've been past it. You have, the way it works is like there's one parking lot here. Now it's a pretty steep decline. It's like the driveway goes down the hill. The school's at the top of the hill. Then there's a secondary parking lot, which is down a little bit more. And then there's like this area that's just dirt where people park sometimes. Okay. But there is a rash of parents who are entitled assholes who despite the presence of cones, despite the presence of signs that say no parking here, they will still park there. And you're coming off like kind of a major highway. I'd say 36 is kind of a major highway. When I'm trying to take the turn off that highway, they're parked in a way that I'm like, I can't get through. I literally can't get down the driveway. Right?
Okay.
So I have to honk, and I got into a shouting match with some guy the other day. It turned out I was wrong because, I wasn't wrong, but I was like, you got to move up a little bit. And I was like, fucking move. And the guy goes, he was like, I'm a school bus. Now it's a minivan that has a license plate with the smallest lettering on the bottom that says like school vehicle or something. And, I said, he was like, I gotta stay here. You know, I'm the school bus. And I said, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I didn't notice that because there was a car parked on the left that made it, because all the snow is by the curb. So people park out even more. So I apologized to him, but then he fucking kept getting lippy. So I fucking said, dude, I apologize to you. I said, what fucking more do you want from me? And, then he didn't say anything else, but I was thinking, what if, like, cause you know, she gets out at 3. What if I volunteer to go up there at like, say 20 to 3?
Right.
And I get myself an orange safety vest.
Yeah.
And I shoo people away. I don't let them park where they're idling and in the way.
I don't know, dude. I hate to think about you having enough free time in your life that
or
you could...
the power that would come with that vest, and you would abuse it.
You
You would. People would get prime parking.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can handle that kind of power.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
It's so far above, like, say, safety patrol, which we used to be. Safety patrol was like you got these yellow. It was weird. It was like a belt, but then it was a yellow belt, and then it had this thing that went up above.
Yeah, like the seatbelt.
It was a cloth strap. Yeah.
Sure, we had them on Santa.
Yeah, and it denoted you as a safety patrol. And I remember being in 6th grade, Mr. Cadmus, he was the
Cadmus, Cadmus,
yeah,
like the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was in charge of, he was like a hyper obese fucking, his face was always red, and he would like slam his hand on the desk so hard to rattle kids and shit, like if he was mad at them.
Right.
Would you, can I just go back to safety patrol though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you, a kid who was striving to make it, or did you want to become a safety patrol member?
I don't recall. You were on safety patrol with me. Remember, we used to walk the kindergarten.
Off.
Yeah, we both got kicked off.
But I don't think kids would strive today to be quote unquote the man.
No.
Right?
Who wants that attention?
We would tell other kids to get off the grass.
Yeah, we would boss them all over the place.
Dickheads.
Yeah.
What dickheads?
And we knew it though. Like
I wouldn't get off the grass. I'd be like, no.
And there's nothing we can do.
I'd be like, go get a teacher.
Yeah, I mean.
That happened to me once, actually, at Richmond County Fair on Staten Island. I was sitting on this fucking brick wall watching one of the fucking pig races, whatever they have, and this kid comes over in one of those fucking lame-ass fucking orange vests, and he's like, you can't sit on the wall. And I was like, all right. And I just kept sitting there, and he's like, you have to get down off the wall. And I was like, I'm not getting off the wall, dude. And I was like 10.
Right.
He got a guy came over. The guy was like, getting an adult was involved, so I get down. Kid starts going, nanny, nanny, poo, poo, nanny, nanny, poo, poo.
That's my plan. I'm to say to people that
if I don't find that kid, I'm going to smack him across his fucking face. Nanny, nanny, poo, poo.
I remember Cadmus taking me to the side and saying, it's come to my attention that you've been calling people mub while on safety patrol, and you threw a student down the hill. Now, this hill looks
Mub?
it's literally almost a 90-degree angle, right? Well,
it's a crazy hill.
dude, it's probably like that. And it's long.
It's high, too.
It's really high, and the kid went rolling all the way down to the bottom. So that's what I got booted for. And Mub is
Well,
I
don't
even know. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Okay.
How would you explain Mub? It was
Mub
a guy's name, right?
Yeah, it was just stupid. It was a bum backwards.
We had. Remember, it was this kid in our class named Alan Quackenbush, and his father and mother, their names were Mub and Reenie. And so for some reason, everyone, like we just gravitated towards the word mub. So we would call everybody
I thought he
mub.
told us it was bum spelled backwards. And that's why he would call people bums.
That's why Quackenbush said it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I remember.
Yeah, no, his dad's name was Mub because I remember going over to his
First name or
house.
last name?
First name was Mub.
Mub
yeah.
Quackenbush. Jesus Christ.
And remember he had that song, he'd be like, Mub and Reenie, making love like two doves, making love in the tub.
He sung about his own parents.
Yeah, he
sex.
was a problem child.
He was
one of those kids you knew probably was never going to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
But
is
I
he
saw him.
today?
I saw him like a couple of years ago. He was. It seems like he has his own plumbing business.
Oh, so he's doing all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
He's doing okay.
Good job.
But so back to my original point. Do people listen to me as I shoo them away? Because I saw a teacher. I saw a teacher getting into an argument with. I'll tell you who it was off air. Walt, you know her. But
It's okay.
she was in the wrong. She pulls up and she's unloading her
Teachers
kids
are only
and the
human.
guy's
They can be
like,
wrong.
what's that?
Teachers are only
No, it wasn't the
human. They
teacher.
can- Oh, okay.
No, it was the mother. And she's unloading these kids in an area where it's like there's cars going by and you're just not allowed. That's why the cones are there. And he's like, I'm sorry. Like he was polite. I'm sorry. You can't unload there. And she just went off. And, it was like, I don't know, typical Highlands, trash fucking bullshit.
I don't think you need more stress in your life, and I can only imagine that position would come with some sort of coordination and planning, rather than just go up there and just fucking think that you can just
Accountability.
wave your arms and magically all the fucking cars are going to fucking. It's going to be a cakewalk.
Do you think I'm more or less likely to get into a fight if I have the vest or don't have the vest?
Vest brings some level of authority.
Right.
I think people automatically rebel against authority.
Right.
I could see a Louis hanging off your nose within the first 3 days of that job as someone spits in your face.
You think somebody would spit in my face?
Yeah, you're talking about parking, man.
And you'll take it personal, too, if people park there.
I thought they spit in my face, I'd be like, kinda.
No, like if people park there, you'll take it personal. You won't look at it as like, oh, they're just trying to park to get their kids quicker. You'll look at it as an insult to you and your authority.
And also he'll be challenged on the fact that he's not taking the job seriously. They think he's like, oh, look, this guy's on TV now. He thinks he's going to come in and tell us where to park.
Right.
Fuck him.
Right. Fuck.
Oh, the Louis. Isn't that what
Like
Elvis used to
nanny
do?
poo poo, motherfucker.
Like Elvis got deputized by Nixon and shit.
Yeah, but I think that was so they can keep an eye on him. Wow.
So you think no parking attendant?
I don't want you to. I don't
Just
want
go
you
and
to do
park and pick her up like I normally do, and I park far away. I'm not one of those people that gum up the works and shit.
Imagine them spending. Okay, so you're going to get there 20 minutes a day early every day. So that's 100 minutes.
100 minutes a
100
week.
minutes
So a good hour and a half out of the week.
And how about that last week when it was fucking like below zero out every day, and you're fucking in your little orange vest, fucking making a difference in the world.
I mean, I could wear things under it. I don't have to be shirtless. Yeah.
It would be so much better if you were shirtless. Like you did.
In the dead of winter. I think that's the point, though. I'm not making a difference, so I could come back here and report my fucking.
I think the less contact with you and parents is the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want. What do you want to deal with that for? Haven't you learned by now that 80% of the fucking people out there are just complete and total fucking morons?
They really are.
They're just
It's a dangerous mindset, Q. That's a mindset that thinks that automatically you think you're smarter than 80% of the population.
That's dangerous, but I still find it to be true. I look, I didn't come up with it on my own. It's a theory I've worked out over 38 years of life. I look at people and I'm just like, you fucking idiots. Yeah, you're idiots. You don't agree?
Because what? Because they don't drive as quick as you want them to, or they make a legal turn here or there.
I'm talking about guys like the real estate guy with the Amber Alert and
that's true idiocy.
Yeah, like you said,
He's
happy. 40% of people are turning off the Amber Alerts. So right there, there's 40% of them.
Because once they got woken up in the middle of the night. Once. You know?
Yeah.
Like those Amber Alerts, I find they can't be countrywide because I have to assume kids get kidnapped more than that, and I hardly ever get them.
That's the first one I ever got. So
I've gotten two, I think, total.
This thing on CNN. Now that's one of my news sources. Walt, CNN.
I like that.
Yeah, I got the app. I open it at least once a day. I'm trying to stay more connected to the world. And they identified this Jihad John guy.
Oh, they found out who he is?
They know who he is.
That just happened today?
That happened today. And he is
Jihad John.
He is, you know who that is?
Taking heads off left
He's
and right.
He's the guy in the videos that's like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And he is from London. He was born elsewhere, but he was raised in London. And of course, the people are coming out of the woodworks being like, oh, well, he was bullied by the London authorities, and he was marginalized, and he was made to feel alienated in his own
country. There's a reason he's cutting people's heads off.
Yeah, and oh my God, but don't you understand? The cops stopped him at an airport once. And like all the whiny fucking bullshit that comes out. And one guy, and I want to credit him, and I can't find the article now, but I'll put it up on Twitter later on, was just like, said in the article, it's just like, I don't care if you do feel alienated in your own country. They're like, you think the proper response to alienation is chopping off people's fucking heads? Like, it just shut down every argument that these fucking liberal mamsy-pamsy, oh my God, you
that's
don't understand.
That's beyond liberal, man. That's crazy.
It was like, well, we have to fucking see why. Oh God, why would he go to the desert? Why would make him leave his own country? It's just like, fuck you fucking asshole. I'm all for getting to the root of the problem. I'm all for it. And I understand that you have to be like, look, there are reasons that these people are acting this way. Let's figure out what it is so we can eliminate it. But probably impossible, agreed. But to turn around and to fucking blame the London police because they're fucking investigating this guy. And it's great. And of course,
rightfully so, I guess.
Rightfully so. And that fucking, look, and I feel bad for like, and this isn't me just saying it to fucking get people off my back. I have friends that are Muslims. I have friends in the fire department who are Muslim. I feel bad for the fucking people, the day-to-day Muslims who are now put in these horrible positions of being like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like,
Jihad John.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you making me? Why? Why are you making my religion out to be like this? I feel horrible for them. That being said, there's these people that are just like, that will just go overboard to kiss the fucking ass of people and just talk about it like, yes, we understand that Muslims are in a rough position right now, but can we just fucking not excuse the fucking animals out in the desert cutting off people's heads because they were marginalized by the fucking London police or they were made to feel alienated in fucking London 20 years ago.
I mean, that's the same excuse that school shooters use and nobody fucking gives them a break.
Fucking exactly. Nobody turns around and blames the kids that was shot in the school. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that are like, good, they fucking deserved it. Mm-hmm. But there are other people that are getting picked on.
Guys like that realtor.
Yeah, because it's like, it's fucking insane, man. We're doomed. We're just doomed, Walt. So like, I see that. And then, yeah, I can sit here and say into this microphone, I think most of the people are idiots. No ants.
You've made a strong argument. And it's hard to argue against what you're saying there. Can I just ask you this?
Yeah.
Since they know who it is,
yeah,
are they close to capturing him now?
That I don't know yet. It's all developing as we speak.
All developing.
Yeah. I'll see if he has the balls to take off that fucking ski mask of his now.
I mean, this is on a level. If this wasn't real, this would be something that you couldn't write this in a movie. You would think, it's too cliched. The guy wears a mask. He's fucking committing.
Now, does he do it solo?
Acts.
Does he do it solo,
no,
or
but
he's got other people?
In a lot of videos. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. It's truly like the stuff of like something out of a movie, and it's hard to imagine that it's real.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who defends him is liberal to a fucking point.
the London advocacy group that worked with him said if he is the man who appeared in the ISIS video, it's a sign that British authorities' tactics pushed him to radicalize.
Oh my God!
Holy fuck! Who said that?
Cage, which is apparently a like a Muslim. Again,
Oh my god!
the position of telling Steve Dave is not that Muslim is bad.
No.
Nobody's saying that. It's
just excusing abhorrent.
How the fuck do you excuse it away by saying
like, well, he had good reasons to do it.
He was pushed to it. He's pushed to cutting off people's heads in the fucking desert, to raping and fucking killing children.
Yeah, I mean, how many interactions did he have with the London authorities that it would drive him to that?
Well, he was
Are they
detained
saying?
by counter-terrorism officials in Britain in 2010, and apparently that's when Cage got on his side and was like, it was like, how could you be picking on this guy? And he's alienated. And he fucking graduated from the University of Westminster with a degree in computer programming. He hoped that this degree, he could build a successful career in Arab countries as he was fluent in Arabic, English, and had a British accent. But of course, because he was bullied by the authorities, he turned to cutting off people's heads.
As one does.
As one does.
We're so lucky we fucking got kicked off safety patrol.
That could have been us, right?
You know, bullying people to stay off the grass.
Yep.
He was Cage.
How many terrorists did we create? Do you think?
Right. They said he was a polite and beautiful young man who would drop into the Cage office with treats to thank the group for helping him. Okay, that's the guy that. Oh, he says
who killed a woman,
right.
Like a early 20s or whatever. Yeah, who it was like a true humanitarian and devoted her life to trying to help third world.
Cage goes on to say, when are we going to finally learn that if we treat people as if they're outsiders, they will look to belonging elsewhere? Our entire national security strategy for the last 13 years has only increased alienation.
What site is this? It's called Cage?
Yeah.
But there is no doubt, Q. I mean, it would be hard to argue that the reason that they have people flocking, ISIS has people flocking to them, is because they do feel like there is no hope. There's nothing to look forward to if you live in those countries, man.
He lived in London.
I know, not this guy.
He lived in London.
But I'm talking about those people who live in those countries what is their future, man? It's just fucking.
I agree.
I'm not saying that's not an excuse because but I'm just saying that, like, boy,
you understand.
You don't know
where they're coming from.
How lucky that we are that we fucking live in a country that we live in.
Oh, an Amber Alert woke me up.
What am I supposed to tell my kid?
He heard a noise in the middle of the night. What am I going to do now?
I gotta go to college in the morning.
Oh, I got class at 10 a.m. Go.
Oh, I went to bed early tonight because I stayed up late watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire last night. Now I'm sleepy.
Tell him, Steve Dave. Was that like thoughtful and like powerful? Kind of tell him, Steve Dave, like, because I want listeners to go to chew on that. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Think about it.
Like
think about that.
Right.
Yeah, like
Muslims are bad.
Like, maybe you could cut this.
That's not what we're saying.
Let me try it again. Let me cut this one in. Tell him, Steve Dave.
I This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.